Oh, hey, folks. I think it's long enough now, far enough along on Sunday for us to take another news read. It is Sunday, June 27th. Um, it is 4:22 p.m. precisely, and we will give it a shot here, okay? We'll see if there's anything popping up new. And off to Drudge we go. Okay. It's saying that records are smashed. It's 115 degrees in Portland, Oregon. It's mighty hot. It's mighty hot. They said there's no miracles on this collapsed building in Miami. 9 dead now, 156 missing. So it looks like a couple of those missing people were in there and deceased. Bruce Springsteen is supposed to be opening something on Broadway with music. There's supposed to be some sort of return to MAGA rallies, but what for, I have no idea. Trump airs old election grievances in return to stage. Well, let me tell you what was happening. I told this on my last station. Around 3 years ago, about 4 years ago, after around a year and a half to 2 years that Trump was in office, I could see nothing was moving, and everything kept deteriorating, going more to the left, and going very sharply to the left. And I knew that something had to be done, and if some kind of martial law wasn't enacted, that we were going to have a complete turn to the left, and it was going to be a hard turn to the left, and it could threaten the country itself. I knew this, and I became convinced of it around 3 years ago. And I knew that 2.5 years ago, I knew that unless there were somebody had to win. Either you had to have the young people win or the older people win and have this kind of dynamic one way or another. Because if you didn't get that under control, what are you going to do? You can't have a country where the president was just a synonym for stupidity and awful and disgusting and horrible. And every movie star that came up said it with rare exception. Every singer with rare exception came up and said it. And you could just feel the tide moving with that. You could just feel it. And Trump needed to take control. That's what he had to do, but he didn't do it. He either did it because he wasn't smart enough to do it, or he was too cowardly to do it. But in other words, he would have had to lay down the law, and they would have taken out our democracy. And they would have complained about that. What's the difference? When the Bolsheviks are moving quickly now, taking over, and we won't have a country with them either. You'll have a life where you're told exactly what to do and you'll do it, or else, as what we have now. Okay? I know a lot of you don't believe that, but if you take a look around at yourself, you'll find out that unless something was done to you, you can't fly. You can't go on vacation. You can't do things like this. I know it's a little minor thing for you mindless idiots. It's not for me. My subscribers, all 9 of them, excluded, of course. So I knew that if Trump didn't do something, he was either in on it or he was afraid to do anything. And I've just gotten to the point where I think he's in on it. So him turning over the country last March, not this March, but last March in 2020, that was all the evidence I needed to see. It was all nonsense. It was all nonsense. He turned the country over. He relinquished his authority, giving it away to the descendants of World War II prisoners. Okay? That's it. And Bolsheviks. That's it. So I don't want to hear anything more about it. It's all nonsense, and I'm not playing any more games with it. Let's see here. It says here in an update that McAfee, that Bitcoin guy that, quote, committed suicide, left a suicide note in his pocket. Now, of course, that could be placed there. And he could have been forced to write it. We don't know. But he may have committed suicide. He may have been ridiculously wealthy with cryptocurrencies. And the people were probably going to torture it out of him. So he may have done the right thing, because it's like going into the wood mill. You wouldn't look the same when you came out. You wouldn't look like a tree. You'd look like something else. So I don't blame the man if he did. I don't blame him. Okay? All right. Great white shark bites man swimming near San Francisco. Bad news. Can you imagine seeing the grin on one of those? I wouldn't want to. I mean, those things are so horrible looking to begin with. Ugh. And they're huge. They're huge. Okay, it looks like Sydney, Australia is going to lock down again, as there's a variation. And oh my God! Okay. Now, what is the result? Mindless idiots, fools, and dupes who are willing to listen to anything are going to believe and will support it, which is virtually all of you, my 9 subscribers, of course, excluded. Okay, I won't say anything more on that. Well, you want to take a look at it. It's kind of a quiet day in the news. It says Sydney locks down as a Delta variation spreads. Okay, so you're mindless idiots. Okay, so this is going to mean something to you. I'm not telling you one way or another what I think. Okay. Parts of Australia's most populous city will go into lockdown for at least a week. Well, what's a week among friends, right? What's a week among friends? As officials seek to stamp out an outbreak of the highly infectious Delta variable. People who live or work in 4 areas and in near downtown Sydney and the iconic Bondi Beach have been ordered to stay home from Friday night to stem the spread of the scam. Okay? First detected in the city last week. Okay? The last lockdown in Sydney in December was confined to the 70,000 residents of Sydney's Northern Beaches area and lasted 3 weeks. Australia has been relatively successful at containing the scam. Throughout the scam, by keeping its borders largely shut and requiring travelers to be something, okay? That means they're good for mindless idiots, okay? That's what you want. In fact, for mindless idiot Bolsheviks who are not mindless idiots, the Bolsheviks are not mindless idiots. You are the mindless idiots, because you are going to be doing exactly like you're told, like a puppet. You understand? Like a little rat in a cage. That's exactly what they have planned for you and I. And that's exactly where this is going to go. You will soon need your papers to be able to go down and buy Preparation H. I can assure you of that. You don't believe me. And you idiots are so stupid that you'll follow and find the logic in each tap dance that comes. And you'll agree with the reasoning completely. And you haven't even seen where this is going yet. Okay? But it will become more and more possible as each day that you TV'd out stupid idiots, my subscribers have excluded, of course, will continue to support and obey and be docile for the descendants of World War II captivity. Okay? There you have it. So we're not going to read any more on that. We're going to keep on going on to the news. This is what you people want. This is what you want. You're going to work hard to get it, and you're going to follow orders, and that's what you got to do, I guess. That's what you got to do. Okay? How can we fight you? How can the ones that are smart fight you? Because we're not as smart as the Bolsheviks. We're not. Okay? Thailand to reimpose curbs to contain the outbreak. Battle for Moon, dawn of lunar warfare. I could just see the astronauts out there firing at each other. Sex at 62, Madonna in fishnets. Well, she can do it. She looks good. From what I could tell, she looks damn good. I don't know if she got a boob job or what, but she looks awful chesty to me. Doesn't she look awful chesty to you? I mean, wasn't that the Material Girl that was dancing around in the 80s, and she had nothing there, so I don't know. That seems puzzling to me. But she certainly is still very attractive, in my opinion. Madonna in fishnets and leather hot pants for impromptu bar gig in front of celebrity crowd. Just when you thought all celebs did now was post joyless Instagram shots, the Queen of Pop reminded the young uns how it's done with an impromptu bar show. Okay. My God. Look at that. I mean, that's, well, give it to Madonna, okay? Anyways, she's still got it going on. I mean, you wouldn't have to ask me twice to take a whirl with that. I'm sorry, okay? You wouldn't have to ask me twice. Looks good to me, in other words, okay? Folks, I wish it could have been more interesting, but about as interesting as it got was Madonna in fishnets, which I guess we shouldn't complain about. It was good eye candy there for the moment, okay? Take care, love you guys, and I don't think there's going to be too much happening today, so that's probably going to be our last news run of the day, and things will start getting very busy for me very shortly, so I'm not going to be able to do too much in the way of entertaining all of you. Actually, I just entertain myself. I love doing this. Take care, and I will see you at the movies. Bye.